Yes, nga bulijjo tukomyewo. So tugenda kulaba ku kintu kye bayita tugenda kulaba nasindika message ono. Tugenda kulaba ku kintu kye bayita balanced price range oba sogiyita tugenda kulaba ku kye bayita PDR. Okay, ye lesson gye tugenda okusoma olunaku olwaleero. Then from here tugenda giraba mu katale ekola etya. So PDR bye biki? So PDR is one of the internal liquidity. Ye liquidity is one of the internal liquidity. So tugenda kulaba what is that. Okay. So for this case I'm going to use for a session my 1 hour time frame. Yes, as you can see. So we're going to look at the PDR. For the case of PDR, twina PDR nga ya bullish. Then we also have a PDR nga any bearish. So we have two types. So let's start with one. So assume that this is the candlestick. So assume this is the candlestick, and we have got maybe this this what? Okay. So I'll count this as the week. Sorry. These are just illustration. So count that as the week. And then from here, another candle opened from here. Okay. And then another one opens from here. So you can assume that maybe you also have a candle, a week here. So we're going to see what a PDR is. So we're going to see what a PDR is. So a PDR, this is an internal what? An internal liquidity. So if we are marking this, we mark at the close of this candle. This candle, eno eyaleeta eno week nga mpanvu. Katumarking eno wansi. So we shall come and mark let me use this. So we shall come and mark here the opening. Okay, shall mark here the opening of this candle, and then we also mark on this week. Yes, also mark that week. So this is the PDR we mean. This is the PDR that we mean. So we can also call this the derived rebalanced. Yes, derived rebalanced or the PDRA. So what does this mean? So it means this candlestick, it was delivered here. As you can see, this candle redelivered. Sorry. So this candle redelivered, as you can see here, it delivered here, and then after all, it was rebalanced by this candle here. Let me change the color of this one. So it gave both the buys and the sells. And then here it was to leave a gap, but this gap was rebalanced. It was rebalanced by this middle candle here. So it gave both the buys, it gave two opportunities, both the buys and both the sells here. So assume that we had an fair value gap. Assume that we had an fair value gap down here. Excuse me. Okay. So assume we have a fair value gap here down. Yes. Okay. So assume we're having a fair value gap. This is the FVG. So assume that we have a fair value gap here, and this was a bullish fair value gap. So what does it mean? So most times, most uh, most concept, they normally count the fair value gap. This one, it's disturbing us. Okay, most concept, they value the fair value gap more than the RDRB or the PDRA. So, but that is wrong. Why? It's because this PDRA, it carries a lot of opportunities. Eh? This PDRA carries a lot of opportunities. So it is one of the favorable internal liquidity. One of the favorable internal liquidity. So there is a lot of opportunities on RDRB than the opportunities on the fair value gap. So what shall we see on this? So for the case of this, so in case the market was bullish, so we shall see something like this, and then we continue doing what? We continue going up. So that's why I said it is one of the favorable, or yes, it is one of the favorable internal liquidity. So as you know that the market is all about taking up the liquidity. So now this liquidity has been taken out. This liquidity has been taken out. So most people, those who don't value this and then value the fair value gap, so for them, they will expect that this market will come and hit or mitigate this fair value gap, and then the market continues going down. So for the case of this, so these guys, they are going to miss their entries. Why? They are going to miss their entries. Why? It's because this one carries a lot of opportunities. Kino kirina omugaso nnyo okusinga kino. Of course, by the way, most times we if we have a fair, if we have a value gap with this PDRA, so this fair value gap most times or 80% it is the invalid fair value gap. Why? So like, so for the case here we shall write, we may even write a note here down that this fair value gap will remain open because we're having an PDRA above it. So the PDRA carries the opportunities than the fair value gap as long as the internal liquidity is concerned. So this is all about the PDRA. So uh so it is a vice versa. In case also we're having this is a vice versa. In case we're having another trend, another PDRA in a bearish market. Let me make this red. Yes, let me make this red. Okay, and maybe so we are dropping now. Sorry. No. So this is just a illustration. So I assume it is what? It is dropping. So I assume it is dropping. Maybe we're having wicks here. Yes. Uh, Maybe we're having wicks there. So a this is also a PDRA. So from here we're going to see on charts. So this is also a PDRA. Remark it here. So we mark here on the close of this candle, the close of this, so it opened from here and closed here. So we mark on this close, and then we also mark on this on this third candle here. Sorry. Let me use this. So and mark this candle here also. So this is the PDRA. This is the PDRA, or the balanced price range. So this range was balanced. So this range was balanced by this middle candle here. So this is a PDRA. So also it is the same case in the case we're having a fair value gap here. In case we're having a fair value gap here, up. In case we're having a fair value gap there, up. So what does it mean also? If the market is dropping, also it's just a vice versa. If the market is dropping, we shall see this market coming back to this PDRA, and then we continue going down. So there is no need of waiting for the market to come and mitigate this fair value gap. So what does this mean also? So it's the same case. This one carries a lot of opportunities than this fair value gap. So these are all the internal liquidity. So this is the internal liquidity. This is also an internal liquidity. So in case we're having a PDRA with fair value gap, we just ignore this fair value gap, and then we consider the PDRA. So this is how things they are. So now we are going to see how we can find, tugenda kulaba batya wetunoonya eno PDRA mu chati zaffe, then tugenda kulaba how these PDRAs were respected in the market. As I told you, these they act as an internal liquidity. So they are strong zones. These are one of the strong zones. Okay, let me come to chart here. Let me come to chat here, and then we see what's going on. Oh, I had a setup here. Okay, we got it right. Yes. So never knew to have written this. Okay, let me remove this. Let me remove everything. So we are going to see. So we are going to see what? We are going to see how we mark these. Aha. Do you have examples here? Yes, we have example here. Twin example one. As you can see, this candle it had a wick, as you can see, and then this candle, as you can see. So, and then also mark where, yeah, on that. So this was a strong zone. Mark it clear here. As you can see. So that was a strong zone. So that's why after it was going, when it was going, it left here an internal liquidity of which it was to be mitigated, or I mean it was to be taken. So the market had to reverse back and take up this liquidity. So we're still having examples. Having an example here, another example of a PDRA. So we're marking here, as you can see, this one, it delivered, and then this candle balanced it there. So we're marking on this, sorry, we're marking on this close, on that close. Okay, let me mark them very well. There. So, and also where, and also here. And also there. So this was the PDRA. So we shall see that, we shall see that, we shall see, we shall see that this area is or had a great opportunities. So as you can see here, so when it came back here, so it had to do what? You see how it reacted. And also, by the way, we're having another one here. Also, we're having another one here. Having another one where, and yeah, yes, and there. So what are we seeing? As you can see, this market is going up there. It's going up here. And what do you think that this one is looking? Because we have a lot of PD. For example, let's use the current ones. So we had a PDR here, we have it here. If we can mark this close and also come and mark this here. And then we mark that. Let me change the color even. Let me change the color to black. Yes, to black. Okay. So this area is a strong zone. There is a liquidity, and as you see, this liquidity has been what? This liquidity has been taken. So this liquidity has been taken. So what do you see? What do you think? Shichorowooza wano. So this liquidity was taken. So we are now dropping. We are now doing what? We are now dropping. Why? So the market, it has to move after the liquidity grab. So this liquidity has been taken, so there is no of asking a lot of questions. So the liquidity has been taken, so we are now dropping according to the analysis Joba or Koze. You cannot just sell or buy. So you can decide here to make these sales. So cause the liquidity has been what? Has been taken. Mm. Uh, uh, Chechimu, Chechimu, Chechimu Newa. Let's go this side. Let's go. Have it here. So I can see another one here. Where? Here. And where? So it means this was a great zone. So as you can see, this candle was for the impact. This candle was for the impact. So the impact had to come and take up this. Or kategedde. The impact had to come and take this. So as you can see, this zone was highly respected. There was a one ojiraba. Even if you come this side, so these are one of the strong zones. This side is no yakuraba. So those we have it here. We have it here. So also have it here. Yes. So it means this was a great zone. So as you can see, we got a rejection here. So breaking here, as you can see, it broke. After break, we got a breakout, and then it had to come and test to this zone here down also. So this is a great zone, as you can see. So this zone was highly respected. So even if you come this side, sorry. So these are great zones. Katudeno. So there are road nyingi, but we take a few. Ozikozesa okusinziira ku strategy gyokola ki gyolina. So let's see this one. Let's see what else. So as you can see, there are many. So we have this one here. We have this one here. It was bearish. Let me change the color also. So as you can see, so this was a great zone also. As you can see, we had rejections there. So this was a stronger zone. As you can see, it was a stronger zone. Even if you come this side, let me look at this. We shall see that that was um, a great zone. As you can see, so this was a great zone. So as I've been telling you that we are now going to sell here. There is no of waiting of buys and what. So we are going to sell on this zone here. So we don't expect it now this gold to come and take up this. So here you just buy. I mean, you just sell from here. Mm. Okay, mugenda bicheckinga. You look for them on your charts. Mugenda zicheckinga on your charts. We also have waliwo genda ebyo wano bangirabyewa. We have this one. So I marked this the close of this candle here, and also this third candle here. There, as you can see, this was also a great zone. So even if this one is dropping down, it may come and respect it. It may drop and respect all these zones here. Yes, it is very possible. So next time, guys, make sure you test this on your chart and see if it's working for you. So you use this with it's not a strategy. Yeah, it can just help you to know where to get the entries from, because it is a liquidity. It can just help you to where to get the entries from. Okay, next time.